Budgeting. We all got to do it. We're going to save some money. We're going to spend our money wisely. We got a budget. We have no choice around it. People who don't budget finances, then you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're looking at every paycheck that comes in, and then basically you don't know where the money is going. So it's really important that we budget daily, monthly, and we takes care of it yearly. Good morning. Welcome to Canada Now. My name is Naresh. This is my buddy Paul. We're going to be talking about budgeting today. So, Paul, beautiful, bright, sunny spring morning to talk about budgets.
Budgets, yeah. So budgeting is all about, taking control of your finances, you're making your spending align with, your goals and stuff. So, budgeting is very important. You want to make sure that everything is in, tracked.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to, you know what you have.
Exactly.
Right? You know where your money's going. So
it's as simple as that, right?
Yeah.
You know where money's coming in, and you should know where it's going.
You should know where it's going. Yeah. And it's a daily habit you want to get into.
Yeah.
And then it'll work out to monthly and yearly. I've been budgeting for the last 9 years.
Yeah.
I use a budgeting app called Every Dollar. It's a free app. But literally everything is tracked.
So let's go, point to point a little bit for daily budgeting habits. Track your spending. I guess we start with you use a budgeting app or a simple notebook. Even if you don't want to you can have a notebook. You can write it down.
If you can write stuff down. Even just going to Tim Hortons or getting a coffee.
Yeah.
Write it down. What am I spending? But I like to, at the beginning, to plan. So it takes me about 10 minutes each month.
Yeah.
I plan all, what the income is.
Yeah.
And then plan in all the different categories of what I plan on using the money for. So then
but since both Paul and I are retired,
Yeah.
we got a plan. We got a budget.
So, it takes me 10 minutes. And at the beginning, it's going to take you probably 3 months to get organized
into
on
the
what you
swing of it. Yeah.
You can go back a few months and figure out what you've been spending.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff you can cut in budgeting, you realize, because that's why going through line by line, you can figure out what am I spending my money on.
Yeah.
Some people don't know.
Yeah.
They look at their credit card bill and you're like, oh my goodness.
Because people are not only using cash, they're also using their debit card or credit card, and the cash part of it might not be as you forget where you spent the money, right? And then you go, where did I spend it? Where did this money go? The debit, you can see in your bank account, debit, or the credit card, you can see the. A lot of people don't look at their credit card statements, and sometimes you should always be checking your credit card statements to see what's on there. So you can see those, but cash, it's easy to just go out of your hand.
Yeah,
and you forget where it's gone to.
Yeah.
What did you spend it on?
Yeah, and using your debit, it's out of your account right away, so you spend it so you know what's in there. Using your credit card, it's delayed.
Yeah.
So your bank account still looks the same, but you mean you're racking up the credit card.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against using a credit card as long as you pay it off.
Yeah.
I know there's some rewards out there that are cash back, air miles, all this stuff, if you use it properly. If you can't do that, then debit's the way to go. But I just, if there's anything fraudulent activity on that, then at least your credit card is, the bank will look after that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough when it's a debit card. But.
It's absolutely necessary to have something, like you said. Either you write it down or maybe make a spreadsheet. Most people are pretty decent with computers nowadays, and if you're not, then you write it down until you get used to it. Then you know exactly where your money is going, and you review. At the end of the day, most people are running around in the morning, Paul, just like the rest of us, and you don't want to stand there and go, well, I'll spend $5 on this. You can review it at the end of the day and say, this is where I spent my money, and next time, maybe cut it down or keep it going if that's okay, if it's within your budget.
Yeah, so you just, again, you want to know where things are going. First of all, you got to set out a plan, where it all is, and then, and you break it down like detail if you want, like restaurants and fast food, eating out or whatever.
Daily latte.
Yes, you got
Yeah.
your hydro, your phone, all these. So you
Yes.
got your housing stuff, your
Internet, everything.
You want to do
Yeah.
a movie once a week.
Yeah.
Put it in the budget.
Yeah.
And then see if all that money lines up, and then stick to the budget. You're going to have some changes throughout the month. You might spend a bit more here. Well, then you got to take out from another category.
Yeah.
And you just want to make sure this is what I have coming in, and then this is what's going out. You never want to be in the red.
Exactly. There is people in the red. We
Right,
all know
so-
that. That's even worse than paycheck
Let's
to
use
paycheck.
5,000 at the month.
Yeah.
You don't want to be at 5,500,
500,
6,000. So it's really plan your income, plan your.
Because then you have to really sit down and figure out, hey,
Well, you're gonna have to start cutting stuff.
5,500. I'm bringing in 5, and this is 5,500. I gotta cut. You have no choice.
Yeah, but it is.
We're
crucial
not
to
the
budget.
We're not the government that can run a deficit. Just trillions, right?
Yeah.
So
So,
use cash, or as you said, if possible, use cash. But the disadvantage with cash, Paul, is that you could lose cash, and
and you're always
you're always pulling out change and this and that.
There's the envelope system where
Yeah.
you could put so much to.
Yeah.
But with the digital world,
Get a good credit card that gives you good points.
Yeah,
There's lots of
cash. Some cash back.
Yeah.
You can make a bit of money on the cash
And what,
back.
Paul? What
and go
about
back.
like if people every time I go to this store, they want to give me a credit card. If I go to this store, they want to give me a credit card.
Yeah, don't get too many. Have one good credit card.
one solid card, and that's all you
That
need,
does
right?
the trick. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
because you could have 8 different cards because they have it because they're all offering incentives.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you don't. It's hard to keep track.
And then you end
all
up,
the different-
not using
and
your
then
points.
you're missing a payment
Yeah.
or whatever. Just use one. You know what's on it. Track your income. Track your expenses, and then to get all these, it's too many.
Yeah, and every day when you, for example, again, budgeting involves when you do your groceries, you got to compare prices before making purchase. Compare prices for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to, a coffee store that charges $4 for a coffee, or you can go to one that charges $1 for a coffee or $1.50.
Yeah.
That's comparing prices.
Yeah.
You got to compare prices for everything. You can shop at one department store. You can, I'll mention the name Costco. There's a lot of things that are pretty decent price for clothing, etc. Or you can go other big department stores where you pay a hell of a lot more. So you got to compare prices.
And a lot of grocery stores have the price matching.
They do,
Yeah,
price
so-
matching,
so if you-
and price matching can be done on your phone.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
all
get
done,
the
yeah,
app, and then it's called Flip, I think.
Yeah.
And you
a good one.
FLIPP, and you can check on Flip, set your favorite stores, and then you can check. For example, I just use Walmart. You can go into Walmart and see what their specials are for that week. Amongst other stores, whether it's at grocery stores, and you see all the sales, and you can plan yourself that way.
Yeah.
So always compare prices before making purchases. As Paul said, you got to plan when you're going to eat out. Not everybody, nobody wants to sit at home at 24/7, 365. You're going to do something. So if you're going to plan it, see if it's within your budget. Where are you going? Are you able to go to a big fancy restaurant, or is it going to be just McDonald's, or is it just going to be Swiss Chalet, whatever?
Or you can just you can go to anything
Or
you want,
buy
as long
a
as you
pizza.
plan for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just plan for it.
Yeah.
Like if you like your Starbucks every morning, then put it in the budget, but then you might have to take from somewhere else.
Exactly.
So you got to make sure that you plan. So I use that, like I said, every dollar budget. It's excellent. It's free.
Yeah.
Normally it's through Dave Ramsey, but you can link your bank account, but not in Canada. So it's a good free app. You mark everything and it starts deducting. So every day if I buy something, I put it in the budget.
Yeah.
It minuses off that budget. So
Yeah.
it's all digital now, right?
These are we all say there's apps for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
So but these apps that you get for budgeting are free, and you can get it, and it will help you.
Mm-hmm.
It might even help you to the point where you have a little. I have extra $50 per month.
Well, because every month is not equal.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all different.
Yeah.
They all have different. You got February 28 days.
Yeah.
April 30, May with 31. They're all different. different bills come in at different times. So
Yeah.
if you have a Prime membership that comes in April or something,
Yeah.
or a Disney membership that comes in another month, Costco membership that comes in another month, everything is different. Your hydro is different every month. Your utilities, your gas, everything's different. So you really got to budget
Yeah.
monthly, right?
So again,
And then
create
stick to it.
create a monthly budget
Yeah.
list all sources of income, categorize and allocate expenses like rent, variable stuff like groceries and savings. And Paul, what's this 50-30-20 rule? Is that a hard and fast rule? What is that?
No, it's just a guideline of having 50% of your income into your housing type stuff.
Needs.
And
Okay.
then 30% would be your wants, okay? And then 20% for savings and any debt repayment. So it's a good average indicator.
Yeah.
It's not a hard and fast rule. You could kind of manipulate it a little bit. You know, if you want a savings for 15%, that's fine, and up your housing a bit or move it around. But just, you know, kind of come up with
An equation
of what,
yeah.
But you should save at least 15% of your income if you can for, like we talked in earlier episodes, for retirement and savings and stuff, short-term savings, all that stuff. So it's a good rule to kind of follow. It's not hard and fast.
Exactly. You know, and again, we've talked in the past in our other podcasts about, you know, you have to have, you know, short-term savings, long-term savings, retirement savings, emergency savings, which are short-term savings. And you have to do this. If you don't do it, then when the need arises, then you're, you know, trouble. Then you're running to other people for money, maybe mom and dad, and that isn't nice always. It doesn't even work always.
Yeah.
Set savings and debt repayment goals. If you have debt, make sure you set.
You can stick that in the budget as well, saying I want
yeah.
to put this much towards paying off debt.
Yeah.
And I would probably throw as much as you can at the debt. Get it down quicker.
Yeah.
Because depending on the interest of that debt, if you're only paying the interest, you're not going to get very far, right?
Yeah,
So you really want to
put some extra money into it.
Yeah. So you know, I'd go hard and fast with that. So I'd be cutting stuff out of your budget and aiming for that. So once that's done, then you got more income to talk about.
Yeah,
your budget.
these are a little bit of sacrifices that we all have made because you want to pay off your debts fast. And major debts are, you know, your mortgage and your car payments. Those are the major debts, right?
Yeah.
So if you can put extra money every month on your mortgage, it'll pay it off faster. Same thing with your car payments as well. So if you can, you know, pay off your debts as fast as you can.
Yeah,
Interest
and
rates,
the high debts, your mortgage, it's going to take some time, but definitely your higher, like credit card bills, or you got student loans. These are the ones that are higher fees. Right?
Yeah.
So you want to get rid of those, and you know, you just want to tackle that.
Student loans.
Student loans.
That was a while back, eh, Paul?
Yeah.
I'm getting.
So they, you know, they creep up on you, and some people would pay them for years, so it's like a mortgage for them. But you want to really tackle that down.
Yeah. And these savings, you can set them up as automated savings. So you know, once you've figured out what your budget is, you can go to your bank and say, hey, listen, every month can you put $100 towards my RSP, $100 towards my automatically towards my emergency funds, that kind of thing. That way it's done, and you don't have to, you know, you forget to do it or whatever the case may be. It's important to do these things so you can set up the automatic transfers so that these monies are saved. Otherwise, there's a temptation to use that money.
Yeah.
You see it sitting there. Oh, I'll take a holiday. You haven't saved.
Well, again, it's just put it in your budget so you know where it's going. So. And that's the key. Like this, and set realistic goals for you know, planning on. You know, you don't. It always takes a bit to get a budget going.
Yeah.
Like I said, it may take 3 months to figure out where your money is, and you don't have to go back a year, and that's a lot of work. I would just start saying, this is what I think I'm spending on this and this, and then adjust each month. You just adjust, and you will get really good at it once you get going. You'll start knowing. You'll know what you're spending in hydro. Like I know all my numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm writing them down every month.
Yeah.
So I just did my April. It's April 1st.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
That is yes.
So my month is set.
Yeah,
So I got what the income is and what is going out.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I adjust that every couple days. Like spending, it's like you're looking. Are you on target? You know. But the thing is, don't neglect any tracking of any expenses.
Yeah,
Just make sure you know what's coming in. And you may have to go into your bank account and figure out what's already automatically coming.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of people have automatic setup stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
Listen, your pay most people don't get paid by checks anymore. You get paid automatically.
yeah.
So you see the money coming in, and you can set up things so that you automatically save, and then you know exactly what you have left for your wants. That you may want to go to a restaurant or whatever, movie, etc. Little trip. So you know then for sure how much money you have, and you don't end up living paycheck to paycheck or going into the red at the end of the month. So.
Just finding out what works for you digitally, writing it down, doing a spreadsheet on your computer, whatever.
At the end of each month, review your budget.
Yes.
Look at
That's like I do mine I go through it all along the month. So, I'll see if I'm on track and like just having a coffee and doing the budget. So near the end of the month, I'm planned for May, or in the middle of April, I'm planning for May and say, okay, this is what I think's coming up, because you want to plan. Say if you have a trip coming, you want to put that in there.
Exactly.
Am I in the budget, right? So
you're going to have some, as Paul had said earlier, some expenses that will come for sure. These are expenses that are pay your heat, hydro, rent, water bill.
They're just automatic.
It's going to come no matter what.
And each time at a different time of the month, right?
Yeah,
so 9th, some could be the 21st. Like they're all over the place. So just make sure you monitor.
Yeah, check your expenses. See what are you spending on. Do you need all the how many of these Netflix? How many of the streaming services do you really need?
If you want to cut out a budget, check your subscriptions.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, first thing. And that's the other thing too. You want to also, it helps you figure out, this is what I'm spending on. Oh, do I really need that? Have I been using it?
Yeah.
If yes, then okay, put it in the budget. If no, then take it out and put that money, allocate it somewhere else.
So whether it's savings, most likely savings, that would be good. So
or your Starbucks.
Yeah. Go to a dollar coffee. We know that's available right now.
McDonald's.
McDonald's has got a dollar coffee
great
going.
coffee. So it's good. I like their coffee.
So do I. And you can pay. Even their medium coffee is only $1.25 or something, or you can go to the other place.
It's half the price of Starbucks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Almost Tim Hortons.
But that builds up. That's the thing, Paul. Right? That builds up over. Might say, okay, it's only $1 or $1.25 or whatever, but it builds up. If you do that every day, it's $365. In a year.
Yeah, just for that. And it may not seem like a lot, but it's all the little things. So it's something else you cut out, something this you cut out. I want to do this. Again, that's what budgeting allows you to do, though.
Yeah.
It allows you to,
and as Paul had said earlier, you can use credit cards to pay some of these payments that come up. Like your hydro company, call them and ask them, will you take it from my credit card? That gives you extra points.
Yeah.
Your phone and internet provider, they can put it right through your credit card, and that way you get some extra points. These points build up and save you when you want to buy furniture or go on a trip or something like that. Go towards your ticket price. So
that's what I do that now. So what I do is I have a lot of things that I'm spending anyway. Goes right to my credit card, but I get cash back. So at the end of the month, normally 28th of every month, they throw cash in there.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It could be $100, $66, $70, $110, depending on what you spend.
You can't beat that.
Yeah. So
free cash.
And I have it assigned to go into my savings account. So
think about it. If you didn't have that, then you wouldn't be getting that cash back.
No, and you just got to make sure I pay my credit card twice a month.
every month.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
you got to pay it off every month.
You have to pay it off, so you're not incurring any interest. Right?
Yeah.
So as long as you're disciplined, it all comes down to discipline. Even budgeting, just discipline and just making it a habit, a small habit, a daily habit, monthly habit. Just it's part of your life.
Yeah. Now, Paul, what are the things that derail a lot of people? I see you've written down some stuff on what things that that people just get lazy or whatever.
Well,
They-
failing to account for small expense, like not tracking everything.
Right.
Because if you're not tracking this little bit, and then you lose track of that. Even, like I said, walking up to Tim Hortons getting a coffee, I put it in the budget. So
Right.
it's
good.
in there.
Yeah.
It's even though it's $1.50, $2, you got to put it.
Put it in,
Tracking
yeah.
that, not adjusting for any changes, treating your wants as needs, stuff like that.
Overcome.
I don't know.
Setting unrealistic goals.
Yeah, setting. You got to make sure that
What do they call it? Smart goals.
smart
small,
goals. Yeah. So just making sure that. The number one is not tracking everything.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
And overcomplicating the budget. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah,
You can make how many categories and just stick with it.
Yeah.
You can make it mine's very detailed.
Yeah.
Have it all separated in many different categories, but you can make it, housing as one. But you can or put everything together.
Yeah.
Just don't overcomplicate it, and just stick with it. That's key.
It's not hard at all anymore. Maybe people used to get 25, 30 years ago. We didn't have apps, we didn't have internet. So, you had to write it down every day. But now,
It's very easy.
with apps, it's so easy to figure out, what exactly are you spending. Even your own, whether it's Royal Bank, TD, whichever bank you bank with, it'll show you your paycheck coming in. This is what you spent today. It actually lists the store name and everything, Loblaws or whatever it may be. So you know where your money is going.
Yeah.
So, it's very straightforward to figure out exactly what money is coming in and what monies are going out. And from there, sit down and say, okay, this is where we set 50% of your money needs. Let's say you set aside 50% for your rent payment or mortgage payment, your heat, hydro, all that kind of stuff, insurance, car insurance, there's lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, right, Paul?
Yep.
And then 30% wants. Now that 30% can fluctuate. You may not have wants in a month. You might say, okay, I'm just hanging out, whatever.
Yeah. So 30%'s large. It's for your hobbies,
Yeah.
all this stuff, shopping.
But
you may want to drop that to 20%.
Yeah,
Take the
but there
extra
might be some
10%.
months you might not spend 30% of your
Right.
income on wants. It might only be you spend 10%, so you have money left over. Push that into savings. Push
Yes.
that into savings.
Yeah.
So
track it all.
Yeah. Set savings and debt repayment goals, as we've already mentioned. So, it's up to you, and you can do it. But big businesses, multi-billion-dollar corporations budget. They budget monthly. They budget yearly.
Yeah.
Small people like us, everyday working people like us, you have to budget. Otherwise, you're going to end up at the end of the month and you just take, some people just take $50 out every week, and they, where does it go? You have no idea where it went, how many coffees you bought, this, that, whatever. So track everything. It's very nice once you start doing it. It's almost addicting, tracking everything, where your money is coming in and where it's gone to. Because you can track right to the penny. You can.
That's why it's called every dollar.
Every dollar. Yeah.
Track every dollar.
So
And every dollar should have a name. So, when you budget at the beginning of $5,000, say, every dollar should be going somewhere.
yeah, exactly.
Put it somewhere, whether it's going savings or it should be going. You shouldn't have any left over. So if that leftover is there, put it somewhere. So that would
like
go to
savings,
savings.
yeah.
You should have that money going somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you have a partner, work with your partner. My wife and I are on the same app.
Yeah,
We're linked
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
If she's out there spending something, it's coming off the same budget.
Jeez, so you know.
Yeah. We know. And any big purchases we
So
discuss.
she knows every time you go get a coffee.
Yeah, it's all listed. Everything we do is
Yeah.
because I track it because I just want to know, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to be in debt.
Because it's not just being debt. Maybe you might not end up in debt, but your money just, if you're using cash and you have no idea at the end of the month, well, I took $200 out this month and where the hell did I spend it? Then you're gonna at the end of the month sit down and say, well, did I go? And it's very hard then. Memories. Unless you do it every day, you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
Well, when you have an app, then you can look every day. At the end of the month, you can look exactly where your money went, what came in, what went out, right to the dollar, every dollar.
Right. and budgeting may feel, daunting and stuff like that. Just start small.
Yeah.
And just build up and see where it goes. And if you have a partner, work with them, and make it a date night every month. You go out and say, hey, let's talk about the budget and
I like
figure
that.
out. Yeah, make it a date night. But yeah, stick to the budget, maintain it, and just and down the it's going to take you months, but down the road, it's going to work out. It's going to really, you're going to know.
Not only does it help you, live stress free almost. Because if you're spending $150, $200 and you have no idea where it's going, that's stressful. It's hard to earn money. Is hard to earn nowadays, right? So if you want to lead a stress-free life a little bit, then you got to know where your money's coming in and where is it going out. At least because if you don't know, you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. What you know. So once you know, you know. If you can figure that one out.
And you can always. I made my coffee at home, so you can make it cheaper.
I know a lot of people who in the morning I've seen them. They get up, they run out, get their coffee, come back in. Like, really? You can't make coffee at home? If you're going out that night, it's understandable.
As long as it's in the budget.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
that's what it is. By consistently applying these budgeting principles, an individual or couple or family can develop strong financial habits, reduce financial stress, and work towards long-term financial stability. So if you have any, I hope you enjoyed our small talk today for budgeting. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments, and we will answer back. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share with other people. It helps out with the algorithms, and it doesn't cost you anything. And we check out our channel. It's called Canada Now, and we have other podcasts as well on all about financing and stuff like that. And if you have any topics you want us to cover, leave us in the comments. And thank you very much for watching today.
Or any questions on budgeting, let us know.
Let us know. We'll cover it. Thank you very much for watching today, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good week.